Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV's World Report. Let's begin with news coming in from Australia. At least 15 people, including a 10-year-old girl, have been killed in a mass shooting that took place on Bondi Beach in Australia's New South Wales. Victims range in the age group of 10 to 87, and the attack that unfolded on Sunday during that public event marked the start of a Jewish celebration, a Jewish festival. Now, the police say that they are treating the shooting as a terrorist incident. Authorities confirmed that the two gunmen were a father-son duo. The 50-year-old suspect was found dead at the scene, while his 24-year-old son is in hospital. According to reports, the shooters are originally from Pakistan. The son is an Australian-born citizen, while the father, who arrived back in 1998 on a student visa, which was later transferred in 2001 to a partner visa and later a resident return visa. According to police, the two gunmen in the mass shooting incident were that duo of father and son. It was the deadliest shooting that's taken place in Australia in almost 3 decades, in a country where the country is very strict as far as gun control laws are concerned. One gunman, 50-year-old Sajid Akram, was fatally shot by the police. The other shooter, his 24-year-old son Naved Akram, was wounded and was being treated at a hospital. The duo were likely of Pakistani origin. According to reports citing US intelligence officials briefed on the investigation, reports have suggested that the son is an Australian-born citizen, while the father that arrived much earlier and has changed multiple visas.
I jumped out of a window and I just was like, where's my family? And then we were running up behind me. And we could just hear the gunshots and they're just so loud. And we didn't know which way that they were shooting, so we were like running on the open road. And I just, like, images are just like flashing out, I just need to get my family safe, so we're just running with heaps of people.
Amazing bravery and the kindness that people are showing. That guy that could have been so much worse, who got the gun off the guy. Amazing. He's a legend.
Yeah.
And it's Australia's Prime Minister who has said that he would propose tougher national gun laws after that mass shooting that's taken place on the Bondi Beach that left at least 15 people dead and many others wounded. Albanese has said that he would propose new restrictions, including limiting the number of guns a licensed owner can obtain. He's also condemned the attack as an act of pure evil, saying it deliberately targeted the Jewish community. Meanwhile, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has blamed the Australian government and the Prime Minister, accusing it of allowing what he called the disease of anti-Semitism to spread. The US President has also gone ahead and commented on the attack. He's called it a terrible anti-Semitic attack.
What we saw yesterday was an act of pure evil, an act of anti-Semitism, an act of terrorism on our shores in an iconic Australian location, Bondi Beach, that is associated with joy, associated with families gathering, associated with celebrations. And it is forever tarnished by what has occurred last evening. This was an attack deliberately targeted at the Jewish community on the first day of Hanukkah, which of course should be a joyous celebration, and the Jewish community are hurting today. Today, all Australians wrap our arms around them and say, we stand with you.
ענק, כמו רני גבילי, שפשוט נלחם עד הכדור האחרון. גם היום מנסים לרצוח, ולצערנו גם היום הצליחו לרצוח יהודים, טבחו ביהודים בסידני שבאוסטרליה. אני כתבתי לפני 4 חודשים מכתב לראש ממשלת אוסטרליה. אמרתי לו, המדיניות שלך מעודדת טרור, היא מעודדת אנטישמיות. אתה קורא למדינה פלסטינית, ואתה נותן בעצם פרס לחמאס על הטבח הנורא שהם ביצעו בנו ב7 באוקטובר. אני לא שוכח את זה.
The people, unfortunately, 2 are no longer with us. Brown University, 9 injured, and 2 are looking down on us right now from heaven. And likewise in Australia, as you know, there was a terrible attack. It was a rough day but to Australia and the Prime Minister, to everybody that we know so well, we get along with so well. We have a great relationship. That's a terrible situation going on over there. Think of that. And Brown University, great school. Great, really one of the greatest schools anywhere in the world. Things can happen. I pay my deepest regards and respects from the United States of America.
Vishal, my colleague, joining us in order to get us details. Vishal, of course, take us through the bystander who has been completely heroic in all this, who disarmed the Sydney shooter, but also get us a background on the father-son duo.
See, the background is so far quite unclear. What we've gathered from reports is that the senior guy in this whole deal, in this whole attack, he had come to the Australian territory back in 1998, and he had slowly graduated through various visa schemes. He had been living as a legitimate and almost like a legitimate citizen for a while now, and his son, who was also involved in the attack and who has since been apprehended and who remains in a critical but stable condition, he was actually an Australian-born person. It remains to be seen which country they originally belonged to. Some reports suggested that they could have come from Pakistan, but that is not fully confirmed at the moment. Many reports do suggest that, but we are waiting for confirmation through various sources. What we have gathered is that they had been working various odd jobs. The 24-year-old was a bricklayer. He was just let go from his job about 2 months ago. He was searching for a job, and some reports suggest that the 24-year-old could have been influenced by Islamic State's ideology, and the authorities had an eye on him, but they did not keep a close eye on him because they had ruled out that he was a potential danger to the society. So, but that was clearly not the case. He had gone on to execute some of the biggest atrocities on the Australian soil. So these are some of the latest we have picked up, but the Australian government is in shock because Australia has probably the most stringent gun laws as far as the world is concerned, and it comes as a big shock to the community.
Right, of course, and we just heard Albanese there saying that they're going to make it even more stricter as far as gun licensing is allowed in the country. But also take us through the reaction of the family. We believe the mother still in denial, calling him a good boy.
Yeah, that's what we've heard, that the mother is saying that he's quote-unquote a good boy, but that's hardly the case, right? Because that same person has gone on to shoot at children. At least one 10-year-old child, a 10-year-old girl was killed in the attack, and we've seen various footages of the attack. And this 24-year-old in particular, he seemed to be quite well trained in handling these weapons, and he was incessantly shooting at civilians. Somehow he was tackled by the authorities and he was arrested. But the other person, the senior person in the case, the 50-year-old shooter, he was a fruit seller, if you can imagine. And what changed in them, what sparked this fundamentalism in them, that will have to be investigated. We have seen the video of the hero that supposedly tackled the senior person, the senior attacker in this case, and probably saved a lot of lives. So that person is also being hailed at the moment.